So people have been looking at me and they're like, you know what? You know what? You used to have this channel called Femboy Gaming, and you seem to occasionally appear as though you're a tad bit feminine. And I say, yes, that happens. It all depends on the camera angle. I swear to God. And this topic confuses me just as much as it does you. So I've decided that we're gonna be doing a slideshow. Right? This is my presentation because I think about this a lot. I'm very insecure about it. We are built confusing, and the subheading is a complete joke. There will be no transition happening. Trust me in that. That much I can confirm. So Dondolo46. Hello, Dondolo46. Maybe you should actually be a femboy at this point. Sorry, I can't do that, Dondolo46. Yes. So my lips looked weird in the last video because of the lighting. And then I said, yeah, one of my coworkers told me I got dick-sucking lips. And then he responded with that. But sorry, can't do that, Dondolo46. Look at these two images. Look at the man in the photo. Yes. So, why? Because, as this presentation slide says, it confuses me as much as it confuses you. So, help? So how male is Ween? Question mark. In parentheses, pros. I get very autistic with this shit, and I've been looking into it for a while because I have a very strange build. Yep. So, I've kept track of some data over the years, and I have it to share with you. My clavicles are 8.5 inches in length each. The average is 6 inches. I have very large clavicles. They started growing when I was about 17. Coinciding with an event that will be addressed later in the slides. I have wide shoulders. And that contributes to the illusion that I'm jacked. Look at that. I looked jacked, but I'm not. I'm actually about 160 pounds in each of those photos. I am not jacked. 160 pounds, and keep in mind I am 6 feet tall, which is on the pros, right there at the bottom. Yeah, it comes out to a shoulder to waist ratio of 2. Impressive. Very cool. That is definitely a benefit of male. Everything has to do with shoulders here, besides the jawline. Yeah, look at that. Look at that jawline. This photo, I just thought it was funny because it showed up in a YouTube video somewhere. Screenshotted it. This is actually face-apped, but the only thing that it did was make my cheekbones look more prominent and put extra lighting in my eyes, and it made my lips smaller. Thank you, face-app. Those faggots in the look-smacking community, they got a term called hunter eyes. Apparently I have that positive canthol tilt. Can't tell in these photos, but I got blue eyes. You know, golden hair, blue eyes. Definitely benefit. Are the cons? Cons, I have small arms. 14-inch arms. I have a small head. If you look over here, I did the measurement in heads. How many heads tall am I? That is 9 heads. The average is like 7.5. The reason for that is because my head is small. Doesn't seem to correlate with IQ. And IQ doesn't seem to correlate with intelligence either, because although my IQ may be above average, my intelligence is not. Maybe intelligence has to do with head size, but IQ doesn't. Who knows? Fag lips. I have faggot lips. Look at that. If I relax my face, it genuinely looks like I have lip filler. I believe this is called a Cupid's bow shape. Women are jealous of me. Men desire my lips. Another con, I have very long legs. Can't actually tell in this photo all too well. I mean, you can if you're looking for it. This photo is like a deceptively well taken photo. Everything about this photo, it just seems right, but I've got really long legs. My femurs are actually the same length, actually a little bit longer than my entire upper body, and that's one bone. Femur starts about here, comes up to about here. That's insane. No room for my organs. I have a very small rib cage. I didn't put the measurement in here, but it's somewhere around like 30 inches around at the widest point. And my waist is 26 inches around. So I've got this large frame, and it needs a lot of fuel. It needs a lot of air, and my organs struggle every single day. It's a nightmare. This is tragic. This is definitely a negative. Boobs. You can see it a little bit here. This photo was taken when I was about 17. It's not as extreme. You can see them kind of like sagging down to the side over here. But it's gotten worse. This is the first ever recorded image of my breasts when I was 15. They started growing at 14. Back then they were small, but they make my nipples look big. I have pepperoni nipples. I did not get the benefit of perky tits. Womp womp. Yeah, and I've got no good photos of it because I don't take titty pictures. Sorry guys. It's only gotten worse over the years. You could see in this photo, it's more obvious from the side when it kind of hangs down. My chest is bigger now, though, so if it's cold out, if I can harden my nipples, it's not as obvious, but that lasts for like 5 seconds, so I never take my shirt off. I take anti-estrogen drugs. I have since I was 17, and remember when I said my clavicles started growing at 17? Yes, that was at the exact same time I started taking anti-estrogen drugs, SERMs, that I buy from India off of the internet. They have alleviated my depression. What is this? I don't know. Look at these two photos. This over here is the left side of my face. This is the right side of my face. I mirrored them so then they would line up. And immediately, no feature looks different. But always, all of the masculine photos that exist of me were taken from the right side of my face. And all of the photos of me that look feminine were taken either from the left side of my face, from straight on, or from the right side 3/4 profile, only from the profile side of the right side of my face can I get that look. And very rarely while looking straight on. What is this? I see a little bit of like the jawbone. The front right here looks a bit denser. It looks like my ear tilts down more on the left side of the face. It's definitely an asymmetry of some sort, but how do I explain this? Because these two photos are, but by every metric, identical. But you just look at it and you're like, that one is feminine and that one is masculine. This is confusing. I told you guys, I don't have an explanation for this. What? Oh, we're back on the woman thing. I will not show you pictures of my legs the way that women take them. You will not see a picture of my ass. I will not take those photos. It is degrading. I don't want people thirsting over my legs. And I will certainly not show you my buttocks. But I will tell you that it is 37 inches around the ass, which is a 0.7 hip to waist ratio. You'll remember my waist is 26 inches around. That is nearly 11 inches more around the ass. Impressive. This is considered to be ideal for women. I'm not a woman. This is what it looks like in a diagram, which is probably not accurate because it's not the hips that get wider. It's not the pelvis that gets wider. It's the ass. They measure around the ass. You get bigger front to back. You don't actually get bigger side to side. I mean, maybe a little bit. You've got that fucking gluteus medius, the lateral leg raises. You can get a tiny bit, but most of the development is in the gluteus maximus. So, this diagram is stupid. If I put 2 more inches on my legs, they will be the same size as my waist each. Wow. That would be crazy. My thighs chafe all the time. They're constantly rubbing into each other. And likewise, my shoulders are wide to the point where my elbows have actually never touched my body. I cannot bring my arms into my sides unless I really, really, really scrunch up. What the hell is this form factor? Look at that. My upper body and from my ass to my shoulders, it looks like the Ben 10 logo. You guys, they got the V taper. This is the X taper. Not for explicit. Yeah, I got nothing else to say. But that's not normal bone structure. Yeah. It is much harder, like I said, to find masculine angles of my face. Over here, far right. This is actually from the more masculine side of my face. Even from the 3/4 angle on the masculine side of my face. I still look... Anyways. Fuck it. These photos are so easy to take. Just whip out my camera, take a photo. It's like, damn. Faggot. Okay. So then what? Estrogen clearly pumps through my veins, but I'm a 6-foot man and I have wide shoulders, therefore I must be a man. Do I have a hormone or chromosome or genetic disorder? I don't know. I can't afford testing. Why are some of my bones small? Like my pelvis, ribcage, and skull, but others are big. Clavicles and femurs? I don't fucking know. This shit pisses me off. Just as many people think I look masculine as there are other people think that I look... At least the acne has gone away. Thank you to everybody who ignored my bullshit. This is a photo of me when I was in college at 17. Yes, I looked like a femboy. But I look stupid. Thanks to these guys. They were good drinking buddies. Haven't talked to any of them since college. Besides the dude on the far right. He's chill. Thank God I gave up drinking. The drink makes the twink. The dark ages are over. Diagnosis: male. Not femboy. Just a male-ish individual. Please, if there are any specialists watching, tell me if something is fucked in my physiology. I don't think the SERMs are working anymore. Anyways, after all of that, I have come to the conclusion that this is pointless to discuss. I don't know what to do with this information. I don't think it's actually helped me in any substantial way. It's all very confusing. My life has been weird. And I fear that if I stop taking estrogen suppressors, that my depression will come back and I will end up with Hooters. Thank you for watching.